All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Let me get my notes going. Pre-market live screen. Why does Evernote do that? When I don't type tab, and it goes to the body. All right, so I'm going to start with AMC because I'm guessing a lot of you are going to want to know. And again, excuse me, geez. This is a number one watch for me, just like every day. And let's talk about it. So I don't know if you guys noticed, like the last couple days, I actually joked with Nicole. It's like she did a clip for me for my personal Instagram, and I'm just like, it's interesting to hear the despair in my voice as I talk about one of the most amazing stocks ever, AMC, when it broke pre-market highs. We talked about all those key levels all the way up yesterday, goes to 72, goes to 77 this pre. And I'm like, man, where'd this despair in my voice come from when it's like the greatest thing ever from a trading perspective? And I realized that it's the stupidity of the stuff I read on Twitter. Remember, we call it FinTwit, financial Twitter. And number one, everyone's an expert. It's like, and number two, no one's ever wrong. And it's just, and the opinions, and I can't take it anymore. So anyway, for my own mental health, I just need to avoid it. But I keep just trying to save these people. I joked yesterday on a webinar with the Steady Trade team. These people that fall for this crap particularly on Twitter. That's where it's just an absolute disaster. And I feel like the girl next door on a Hallmark movie. Like the cheesy Hallmark romantic comedy or romantic movies, and I keep, I'm this nice girl, I've got a great upbringing, I've got a good job, I got everything squared away, and I got this piece of crap dirtbag boyfriend that I just keep trying to fix him, yeah, he's in and out of jail. Yeah, he keeps trying to pursue his career in the rock and roll band, but and he hasn't worked in 8 years. But he skips town, leaves me hanging for weeks at a time, but I can fix him. Anyway, AMC, potential dilution. I don't care. If this thing goes red to green, particularly in the afternoon, it's going to be a great setup. And ultimately, it's a trading vehicle. If AMC goes to $1 today, I don't care. So that's my plan. So AMC, every idiot online losing it over this filing. I don't care, but I do care about a red to green move, especially in the afternoon. All right, let's get some questions. So, what do you think about WKHS over 1350? We talked about this. WKHS has that hit piece out there. I would probably look at more like 14. Let me drop so WKHS heavily shorted EV play. There's a lot of it's a lot like we talked on MVIS yesterday. I prefer that 14 level, which would be a break of last night's highs. You can see it ran up to 14, pulled back, blew through that at 4 a.m. But remember these 4 a.m. moves, I typically, I hate to say I ignore, but I don't put a ton of credence on the 4 a.m. moves because that's just idiots getting squeezed out. It's just people, remember what that 4 a.m. move is. That's, that's shorts that are fully, they're all in max BP leveraged up, so these are guys, these are guys with, like, say you got a $10,000 account with 4x leverage, and they're short $39,999 worth of WKHS. Okay, they're $1 from getting margined. Okay, and they come in the next morning, hungover, they get squeezed out, and then the stock settles back. So I don't add a ton of credence on these heavily shorted moves at that 4 a.m. because it's just people with stupid amounts of leverage getting bought in is all it is. So that being said, last night's highs is very interesting on WKHS, EV play, heavily shorted, bunch of hit pieces, etc. Love this over last night's highs. Clove. Go EED. Go ED's dead, right? No. Oh yeah. So, listen, if you got bagged on this Go ED move the other day, move on. It's time to move on. Take this gap up and move on. But this was that weird. They ran it up crazy percent and then did a dilution. Ignore. Sell your bags if you have them. Listen, if you got bagged, it happens. We've all been bagged. But just move on. Clove. Ooh, me likey some Clove. So what do we got with Clove? It's a SPAC. It's a Chamath play. Again, there's all the Twitter geniuses shorting this thing. So VWAP reclaims or breaks of 12. And this would probably, behind AMC, this is probably my number 2. So, Clove, Chamath, SPAC. And if you guys don't know, you should, if you're actively trading, you should know who Chamath is. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm too dumb. But Google Chamath, SPAC, SPAC. You'll see his last name. If you're smarter than me, I don't want to butcher it. But anyway, you should know who Chamath is. Chamath SPAC, heavily shorted, WSB idea, VWAP reclaims, and breaks of 10. And again, probably number 2. SOS getting ready. I highly doubt SOS is getting ready. SOS is getting ready for nothing. The only thing SOS is getting ready to do is to increase the size of your bag. All right? I'm sorry. But move on. It's time. It's time. Just move on. What do you think about EXPR short squeeze and other Wall Street bets play? Red to green. This is moving with AMC. So ultimately, keep in mind, Express, this is down because AMC is down. It's really the same idea. It's really the same setup. And it's going to follow AMC. So, here's the thing. I know a lot of you may be attracted to Express because it's $5 versus $50. So if you prefer the price range because you've got a small account, everything I said about AMC is the same as Express. Red to greens, previous day's highs, pre-market breaks, etc. It's just, it's literally the same thing. Remember, AMC is a failing movie theater that will be out of business in a few years. Express is a failing clothing retailer that'll be out of business in a few years. They're literally the same thing. You trade the same moves. They're just different prices, and they're just WSB, heavily shorted, POS plays. So So just understand that. They're the same. TLRY, man, please. Please, somebody make weed stocks great again. I'm gonna repeat this, and you hear me say it so many times. I will not. I absolutely refuse to fall for a day one move on weed stocks. It is, I've used that cheating boyfriend girlfriend analogy a million times, but if TLRY is alive in the afternoon, because it was a nice move yesterday, but I say avoid these weed stocks early in the day like the plague, because I need to go all caps again. And I need to go 48 point font. Weeds are one and done machines. I'm not going to get bagged day one after a move. I'm not. Too many times I've seen weed stocks running, jump in, and I get bagged. So, no. This afternoon, tomorrow's Friday. If they hold up, different story. But as of right now, it's a day one move, in my opinion. So, I'm going to finish on BlackBerry just because this is probably my number 2. Hoping for VWAP hugging and then perks into the 2 p.m. window. So, let me go back to 18 point font. BB, number 3, real. So I'm going to put it in, and I've talked about this being a real WSB play. Afternoon, 2 p.m. VWAP holds. And again, if you don't know that pattern, it's the ABCD pattern. It's the gun pattern. I call it the VWAP hold high at daybreak, which is the most brutal. I need an acronym or something, but it's all in the ebook. It's a pattern we talk about every day. It is the number one pattern I think you should focus on as a new trader. And I'm guessing you're on these live streams because you're new. It's the number one you should focus on. And a bunch on the YouTube too. So, I got blog posts, I got ebook, I got blog posts, I got videos, podcasts. Listen, the ebook's freaking $20, which is, I think, dirt cheap. And then, or you can just go on the podcast or the YouTube or the blog. All that stuff's free. I know I go on this rant every now and then, but man, if I don't know, there's anybody that puts out as much free, I think, high quality content. Okay, listen, I like to have fun. I make my stupid jokes. I do the movie quotes. I like to have fun on these sessions too, but I also try and give as high quality content as I possibly can. And I don't know anybody that puts out like me. Anyway, have a great day, my friends. Let's get us an afternoon red to green on AMC, and let's blow them all up again. So yeah, notes are all there. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time. AMC's hanging around, man. She ain't dead yet.